Good morning. The llamaCore is going to get rebuilt. So yeah, just hanging out. It's cold. I was going to go outside and work in the yard, but it's really cold and windy. So, I want to get this thing up and running again. So, yeah, just going to hang out and do this. So if anyone wants to join in, let me know. Otherwise, we're just hanging out. Clean up a little aluminum. I might as well actually get in the frame. Not that you want to see my ugly ass, but little filing. Get rid of the aluminum bits. I got aluminum. I'm going to replace these towers with these and some other printed parts. But I got to do a little cleanup work first. Metal shavings are fun. Nah. I got my I got my garbage can right here. I'm shaving down into the garbage can. Filing, shaving, whatever you want to call it. Woo. Until it does that and they go shooting all over the place. So the plan is to get this thing up and running again this week, hopefully by the weekend. And I think, I keep saying this, but I'm going to really try, is to get the hodgepodge started. Do we have any little burrs or strips left? Yep, one right there. Some right there. You can actually see what I'm doing because it's all dark and crap, but I don't care because I'm not closing my windows. It may be cold out, but it's sunny, and I like sun. And I got to cut threads into this, which I don't have taps, but I think I can get it done. You guys are all going to laugh watching me tap this thing, but it actually works. I've done it before. No, I don't know if I still have the tap I made. I made a tap out of a M5 screw. Which I can make another one, I guess. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. So where is everybody? Nobody's here. I guess it's been too long since I did a morning stream, and now no one wants to hang out in the mornings anymore. Oh well, I'm over it with a quickness. Gotta start getting the Europeans on here and the Aussies. Now this one, which is why I chose this already has threading in this end. I think you can see it. This end's already threaded, which is why I chose this particular piece. I was going to use just a silver one, but that just saves me from one less piece of threading needed. So I got to make sure all this works, but I think I have one small problem, but that's an easy reprint. And it may actually work, and maybe it's close enough that it might. So let's start tearing it apart. But first, let's move the camera over here so you can actually sort of see what I'm doing, although that's kind of low. But that's all right. You can sort of see what I'm doing. Do I have something I can put it on? I just took all my boxes outside. I could just put it on a box. But of course, I took them all outside to the garbage. Here we go. This may help. Let's get it just a little bit higher. There we go. You can sort of see what I'm doing. Anyway, snip them there frickin' things. So here we go first. Let's take the old belts off. And shoot the zip tie heads all over the room. I wish I could play music just in the background. I don't know why they block music. It's like, hey, let's not advertise our product. You're going to get fined for advertising our product for us. It's like the only business model I know that they get mad if you advertise their product. One belt gone. One head going round and round and round. Two belts gone. Let's just pull the towers now and get it over with. I was worried about having enough screws, but I just thought of this. I got a buttload here that I'm going to be actually using less of, I think. That might be the only disadvantage of doing it this way is I don't think I'm getting as much support in the corners as I was, but in the frame. But, oh well. And all the little nuts and screws are falling out. What one am I still got left? This one. This should just pull right out now. What's up, Viking? That aside, these are all good. These are all good. Take that out. Can't get that out. Or that one, which I don't think I need anymore. Let's get one installed real quick just for giggles. However, I'm doing this. And of course, I don't have any of these ground, but this will still work. So basically replacing that tower with one of these, with a piece of 2020. I'm going to put a bracket on the bottom so it's attached here. I'm going to put brackets here, set the height. It allows me to adjust the height a little bit. And I designed and printed last night new quarter pulleys, which just snap on there and boom, I can adjust the height. Hopefully I got the spacing correct so it's all matching all the way around, which I'm pretty sure I do. And that is it. It should all be highly functionable. We'll see. It is me, so it may not be functionable. So what are you up to today, Viking? Are you done moving yet? Have you even started moving yet? And of course, this is threaded the wrong frickin' way for that screw. We gotta use the frickin' A-net screws because this was from the old A-net, the Pumpkin King. So it's the uprights. That's why it was pre-threaded on the bottom. Well, screw that. I want to use my screws. And I'm pretty sure these are strong enough steel where klutz. If I do a little working, I can thread my own, which is what I gotta do anyways. But you know what? Maybe not, because come to find out, it's just going in there. It's not even threading. And I can pull it right out. That bites. Which means, in this one particular case, I need M6 screws bolt instead of M5. Should have known it's A-net. It's got to be all wrong. And what did I do with those M6 that I had? I had a bunch of them from taking this apart originally. It's just what did I do with them? And here's a few. I hope these are the right ones. No, I got no desk space left. Not that you can see what's going on. Oh boy. You are packing. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. Yep, that's not it. But that is. But it's way long. Do I have shorter ones? Come on. Work with me here, Mr. Printer. I thought I had shorter M6. M5, M5, M5. And these two right here that are M6. No, these are M5 too, aren't they? Oh no. Wonder if I can force that in there. It's biting. Let's see if I can do it without stripping it. Oh, that's threading right in there. Is it long enough though? Threading. Seems to be. It's gonna pull right out. Doesn't feel like it. Well, that's a good thing. So she finally opened up a closet to move all your stuff into? Just kidding. You gotta start getting on stream there, Viking. You're gonna have to do a meet the girlfriend stream. You keep talking about how you're moving in with her, but none of us have ever seen her. I should back this up a little. If I only had space on the desk. There we go. It seems to be working. If I don't drop everything. Oh boy. That seems to work pretty good. Well, there's that. I'm just going to get the other one to do it. That'll work. Can I do a drop in? I can do a drop in. So I can do a real one of these instead of a twisty in one. But I'm going to need the super short screw to do it, which I have right here. Because otherwise it bottoms out on the frame. It's not about being interested. It's about doing. That's funny. And let's see. How high do I need to make this? How far down do I want to make it? I just guessed when I cut these. They're probably going to be way too high. Oh, let's just snug that up for now. It'll be about that high. That's how high it's going to be, about that high. What's up, Bob? Mr. Bob. You know what I need right now? Coffee. Without the paper towel stuck to it. How is your day going, Mr. Carnes? I need another corner. I'm going to get more organized here. But I might have to get my little grindery thing out because I need to pull the tabs off of this on one side. I think that's really all I'm going to need is that right there. Because then I can do this. Which I might as well do first. Can I just use an M5 into this one? Or am I going to need an M6? Going to need an M6. Crap. It just dropped right in there. Now I can't get it the hell out. This will do it. Well, that's a crappy situation. I have another one here, but I wish they were shorter. Oh, that's an M5 too. Crap. Thought that was an M6, but I guess not. I guess my visual perception was incorrect. Not the first time that would have happened. I know I have more of them. I had a whole boatload of them from taking apart that there ANET. All right, not going to worry about it this very second because I can do some grinding. What's up, Ryan? Hopefully this thing's got some juice. And do it over the garbage can. And I got my safety glasses on, even though they're not safety glasses. And I'm going to mute it for a second because this is going to get really, really loud. Oh yeah, and it gets really, really hot too. I knew that. I just was hoping I could get one done without it. Tab gone. No more tab. Very hot. Cooled off. All right. So that gets a slide in. And that gets a spin in. So if I take this one, is that too long? Is that going to bottom out? Yes, it does. So I need the shorter one. And put the spin in first. Yeah. Because I can slide the slide in. I'm just going to snug it for a second to hold it. And I need another 8mm. 12. Nope, that's not 8. Those are 8s. These are a little expensive, the open bill screws, but I really like them because they're super flat heads and they're like hardened steel and they're really kind of nice screws. And they're not, I mean, they're expensive in the sense of screws. This bag is $1. You get 10 for $1, which is still kind of expensive for screws, but they're kind of nice screws. So yeah, they're worth it. All right, this is where it gets to be a little bit of fun. Because I have to do multiple like contortion-y things. And do some lining up. And I didn't line it up good. There we go. Well, sometimes that magnetic thing helps and sometimes it hurts. Bite the screw. Come on, baby. I know you can do it. And there we go. And let's do a little contortion here and there. And a little alignment here and there. And that will hold for now. And then this one is the other side. Okay, did I take it out already? I did. Da-da-da. And this is just going to slide down over it. And puff, it works. Then it goes up here more. Yep, that should work. Everything looks like it lines up. And I even got new ones of these. to go here because I had to change the pulleys. So I might as well replace that too right now, huh? Yeah. You know what, Mr. Ryan Butt Rammer? We can mute you forever. And ever. And ever. Come on out. I know you want to. And I do need, because I was a dumbass and didn't buy new ones, of the smooth bearings. But these are actually halfway decent, so I'm okay with that. Because these weren't cheapos. Well, they were still cheapos, but not as cheap as cheapos. Does that make sense? Did I make that so I had a screw axis in there somehow? Nope. I never screwed it. It just screwed into the plastic. Where this new design needs a really long one with a nut and screw. Which I have here somewhere because I planned for all of this somehow or another. Believe it or not, I actually planned for it. Now, if I planned for it correctly, it's a different story. I think these are too long. Crapolas. Yeah, that's a bit long. That's not going to work. Well, I can do some quick fix of that because this will work. I can use a much longer one there and it won't matter. So this one I can use here correctly. Correctamundo. Is it going to be too long too? Am I going to have to cut it? Nope. Might actually be too short. Yeah, I should be able to catch that. So this one gets the smooth one. Yeah. And the lower one gets the toothed one. And hopefully that'll catch a nut. If it doesn't, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, get down in there. Oops, it's aligned to the hole, huh? It looks like it's going to bite it. No. Oh, you want to. Give me a break. Oh. May not go down in there far enough. Oh, it should pull it. It bites. And it should bite because it's pushing it back up again. Why isn't it biting? It's so very close. Okay, new plan. Something longer. Where there's a will, there's a way. Light tapping to sink the nut. Of course, everything has to drop on the floor. That should just bite. Come on now. Enough to get a grip and pull it in. Might have to reset the length. Countersink those more. Damn it. Oh, is it biting? Not enough. Well, there is option 2. Since it doesn't need much, I'm going to go with option 2. Is anything not going to fall on the floor? Let's add heat. And then push it in a little. It was this one, right? Yep. It's going to grab now. Alrighty then. That's warm. Can't imagine why. Couldn't be just, because I was holding a flame to it or nothing. And it certainly bites now. That worked. And let's do the lower one, which the pulley's right here. Because it's got brandy new LDO ones. These are really nice. And they snap in there just about perfectly. Should anyways. Can almost do it without a bolt. Nah. Let's see. Somewhere in here I had the perfect size. I know I do. That's too short. That should work. May have to do the same thing and countersink the nut in there a little bit. Probably going to have to because I think I made it a little too tight. But let's find out. Anybody want to jump in? Like hang out so you don't have to listen to just me babbling? Because, yeah, me babbling. Is that going to go in there without heat? Probably not, huh? But maybe if I can get it lined up correctly. Nope, looks like I'm going to have to heat this one too. But that's okay, because we can do that. You know what? I'm going to use a longer screw, because, hot. What is up, Thant? Can never pronounce his name right. Thanith. I feel like I'm slurring. Oh, wait, I am. His name is like the color I cannot pronounce. But that's okay. Just because I'm a dumbass doesn't mean anything. Jump in here, somebody. Oh, I never posted the link, did I? That might help. Yep, that's one. And that pushes right in there like that. And I think it's deep enough. Looks like it should catch. Let us find out. And yes, it will. So we can put the pulley back. And put the center in. And screw it all down nicely. Okay, what's the issue? No, I think I got some plastic goo in the nut, heating it up. I did get some plastic goo in the nut. Well, that's not good. That's exactly what I'm doing. Much better ones. These are all LDOs. Which before it just had cheapo home Amazon crapolas, which I had a couple blow out in the last week or two. Did that go that way? Nope. Melted plastic globular. Let's see. Of course, I can't get to it with anything. I got something pointy. I know I do. These are kind of pointy. I'm going to be warning this plastic because now I got it in there, but opened, but now it's in the way of the nut again. And the minute I push the nut back in there, it's going to go back into where it's in my way. You wait and see. Yep, new, better, smoother, nicer LDO pulleys. I like the LDO pulleys. I actually like them better than the Gates ones. I have both. And the Gates ones are nice and accurate and everything. The LDOs just have a nicer finish. Other than that, they both work fine. Anything is better than those cheapo Amazon things I got on there now. Which, you know, I got to say, I'm surprised actually I got them. They work. They've worked this long. But I got a couple that the bearings actually blew out of. Because they were cheapos. And I should have just made this whole thing just that freaking millimeter bigger and I wouldn't be having this problem. But no! I was trying to make everything all tight and clean and neat. All I did was make it worse. Dumbass. Oh well, that's life. I think I finally got it cleaned out enough where we can try this again. Maybe. You know, I kind of don't need the nut now. It's threaded right into the plastic. I kind of want the nut. I'm kind of a nut that way. I'm using these. This is the major improvement. It used to have this, and it's getting this, which doesn't flex. These have actually worked really well. I'm surprised how strong they were. But over time, with the belt tension on it, it starts warping. The PLA, it's funny because everyone's like, oh, use PETG or use this or use that. The PLA is held up strongest. PETG, ABS, the minute you tension it at all, it flexes right over. And you end up with the belt, like, you know, riding funny up on the pulley because the whole unit was flexing. This is, believe it or not, Maker Geeks. These were the first towers I built for it. They're Maker Geeks, and I annealed them. And they've held up since the beginning of the printer. And they're fine. But they are starting, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the arc in it now. I mean, it's not terrible. It's still not as bad as the PETG did, like right from the beginning. You tension up with PETG or ABS, especially ABS was even worse. It was just instantly a freaking bowed mess. PLA is way stiffer, which is why it's also more brittle. Because I was actually going to put new ones of these on. I even printed them and everything, and I was like, you know what? This is a much better design, much stiffer. It's just a piece of 2020 that sticks up high. This thing clamped over it holds the pulleys. It's going to be a whole lot stiffer, and it's not going to flex, I hope. We shall see over time because, hey, it's the llamaCore. It can't be right from the beginning. It wouldn't be right. Polycarbonate. I have those in polycarbonate. Matter of fact, these are polycarbonate, and that's why I'm not using them. Because believe it or not, polycarbonate is more flexible than even the PETG. In a minute, the whole thing that makes everything like ABS. Oh, you dumbass, spilling coffee all over myself. The only thing that makes ABS and PETG stronger than PLA is that it flexes. And the problem is that stupid design. And the design is not the most brilliant thing I ever came up with. It works, but it was kind of dumb. You know, where it's such a tall piece with such high tension at the top. It's exactly llamaCore. It just ain't right. It works, but it ain't right. Yeah, it's polycarbonate flexes even more than PETG does. It's less than ABS, more than PETG, from what I've discovered. Some of that could be too, because I don't think I put enough infill on those. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, I need to put this pulley on here. What do I do with the thingy? And then I can mount this one. And then I get to do the other side, which actually I think if I remember correctly. I just did it last night, and I can't remember what the hell I was doing. That flows beautifully. That flows beautifully because it's too small, but that's all right. It'll self-align within reason. Corner tower. This goes right there. And is slightly adjustable to allow for belt alignment. Where are you, screw? Right there. Right? Did I get it? I did. I hear a click. It's a Zolan. It's a little rascally raccoon.
Hey.
A rascally raccoon. I'm not hearing anything.
I just said, hey, that was it.
I wasn't sure if you had your mic off.
No, it's on. I'm just waking up. Well, I've been up for over 2 hours, but I feel like I'm just waking up.
Why is that?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Daylight savings time. Bad combo. Not much,
Good
Stan.
puppies.
Doing the day job.
But they're such pretty puppies. You can't be mad at them. He starts laughing. Yes, I can be mad at them.
Oh, yes, I can.
I can be very, very mad at them. Okay, that one's all set.
Take care, Viking.
Have a nut on it. And this one I know. This is the first one I did, right? Yep. This one I know I got to do the same thing and heat up the nut.
I ended up with a ton of stringing on the TPU parts I printed last night. Not sure what's up with that.
You sure you dried it?
It's in the Sunlu dryer.
Yeah. Like I said, you sure you dried it? Just kidding. I might have to.
And I'm going to run it for another cycle in the Sunlu, but yeah. I mean, the part still works. It's just ugly. I mean, my layer lines are beautiful. I mean, you can't even see the layer lines. It almost looks plastic molded injected if it wasn't for all the blobs and stringing.
What are you printing? It really a high layer line or something?
No, 0.12.
1.2?
0.12.
I could swear you said
or
1.2.
Whatever.
Like, that's a fat ass line, man. Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
No, the issue
is pretty tight.
Yeah, it is. And as I said, my layer lines are great. This is the first time I printed, though, more than one part at a time. I don't, if I print just one piece, I don't have stringing. If I print two or more, I get stringing.
That's because it's traveling around.
Yep.
Use Idea Maker and actually I think Crucius Slicer has it too, where you can do it prints the one part and then moves on to the next one.
Yeah.
You still can fill the build plate, but
you just have to make sure there's enough room for the print head.
Okay, that screw's not coming out.
Uh-oh.
That sucker's buried right into the plastic now.
Who was it?
Just shoot across the room.
It was on Joel's stream where they did the 11 extruder thing. RepCord said he changed how he's doing a part so that way it uses PETG inserts. So if you strip something, you just have to reprint that insert.
And that's biting. Sucking right in there. Back it off a quarter turn. Make sure they all spin. They spin beautifully. Oh,
so, Llama, when you print TPU, if you have to join parts, what do you use? What kind of glue or adhesive?
I don't.
Okay.
I found regular like crazy glue stuff, as long as you got a good smooth face to meet,
right,
holds, but it defeats the whole TPU because it hardens.
Oh, well, with where it's at, I'm actually okay with it hardening.
Well, the thing I found, if it's something that needs a little oomph structure, when you pull on it where the TPU is flexible, it just, where you glued it together, it just tears the TPU apart.
Oh, well, it's gimbal protectors. So
yeah, that'll be fine. You can yeah.
I probably shouldn't have even printed them in TPU. I probably should have printed them in something else, but I figured TPU would be safe since it was already loaded.
I don't think that's really going to matter much. I'm kind of sad not to use these. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but they're that black glitter Jesse.
That's an expensive print.
They don't look great on the camera, but when you look at them personal, that he's got like almost the perfect amount of glitter in it. I'm not big on over glitter. I would almost like it to have a little more glitter, but I hate to say it, but I hate proto pasta. Sometimes they over glitter. If that makes sense. And I'm not big on over glitter.
That's what I printed.
I'm going to have to put like corner brackets on here now, because the corner, I didn't even think of that. The corner joined all four pieces here.
So, Llama, this is what I printed.
Oh, that's brilliant. I thought of doing something like that for mine, because I can't tell you how many times
that's how it's supposed to print.
Frickin' ground.
What did
and it just tips over, and it always tips right onto the frickin'.
Yeah, see, he printed his in PETG, whereas I printed mine in TPU, which explains the issue.
Well, what are you trying to glue together? Oh, that arm.
This piece onto these.
Yeah. But do you even need to?
Being that that's a handle, so I can just grab it there and pull both protectors off at once.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
And this one, is it this one or this one? This one here is spring loaded to go back to center.
Yep.
So
my other thought would be if you could redesign it real quick to just make them screw into it, just thread them.
Or since I was willing to use supports anyways. Hey, hang on a second.
Just
print it like this.
Yeah, just print it as one piece and don't care about the supports.
Exactly.
Supports suck taking off a TPU though.
Actually, I've got with Cura, the tree supports come off really easy.
Yeah. You know what I found too, where you're doing a low layer height, 1.2?
0.12, yeah.
You do, yeah. I just did the same thing. I was busting your ass on. You do a 2-layer gap instead of one. And then it pops right off with the TPU.
Oh. I think that's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't do, normally you do 0.2 layer height, you do a 0.2 gap.
Right.
That, it basically misses one layer. Where if you're doing 0.12, it's, closer to the support, it adheres to it better. But if you do 2 layers, you're now at 0.24, which is farther away and Still holds it. I mean, TPU is still going to droop, but it'll still hold it up and keep it from falling apart. Some of the harder TPUs, the cheapo TPUs,
Which is
they'll
what this
bridge
is.
better than people expect to.
Oh, yeah.
They do bridge a little bit.
This is the, I printed mine using the Overture
Yeah.
TPU.
I just got some, but the feeling of that is kind of similar to like the hatch boxes and all of those.
Oh, yeah. They're all pretty much the same.
I mean, it won't bridge perfectly, but you can bridge, an inch with it without a problem.
Yeah, I didn't print it in Ninja Flex or anything. No, this is 90A.
Yeah, it's almost better for what you're doing with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. For the quads and stuff, I want a little bit of fit. I'm not actually after flexibility. I'm just after shock absorption.
Yeah. Protection.
Yep.
It's almost, yeah, exactly.
That's all it's for. I got logged
I am looking for, and I can't remember where the hell I put them.
Playing around in other windows, so much my work.
They're right here.
There we go.
I much prefer slide-in T-nuts, and I think there's one already in there somewhere. There's a spin-in.
I
want
hate
a spin-in.
T-nuts.
I magnetize these. I don't know, you couldn't see it, but this was, the T-nut was stuck in the channel.
Mm-hmm.
The magnet, you can pull it out.
Yep. That's what I do too. So they have T-nuts that don't spin?
Yeah.
Oh God, I need those. Because I hate the T-nuts that like the Ender 3s and stuff come with. Because of the spinning, because I can't always get them to latch. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice looking.
The problem is you need an open end to the rail to slide it in.
Right.
So if something's pre-built, I still use the spin ends now and again because you simply can't get to it without taking the whole thing apart. And I'm like, not taking it apart today.
I apologize, Thant. I wasn't looking at chat. What is the goal of what?
What did you do now?
He was talking when I was showing what I was printing, and he says, "What's the goal of that?" I'm not. Oh, if you're talking about the gimbal protectors, it's that way you can put it in a bag or something and not worry about snapping the gimbals off.
And I gotta get this lined up way in there somehow. There it is. There it is.
Ah, okay.
Put this one in.
Yeah, yesterday I printed the gimbal protectors. I printed that plate to protect the lenses on my new goggles, and I printed a third thing.
If I can use the 10s here. 78. I can use the 10s here. I'm taking that back out and putting a 10 in.
I printed something else, and I don't know what it was now. Huh. Oh well. I need to actually get my printer retooled. My glitters should be dry enough now so I can go back to printing the 2020 ornaments. Being this is an early morning stream, I'm watching my language.
I don't think that's bottom enough.
It is nice to see you actually working on that thing again, though.
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be able to have it up and running later today if I don't get too upset with it.
So do you have open source plans or something for that?
No.
You gonna ever make them?
This is the llamaCore.
Yes, I know.
I subject this printer to no one. No one wants this printer. No one's that stupid.
And here I was going to say I'd give it a try.
Actually, with this was my biggest problem were these plastic towers. And I knew they were stupid the day I designed them 3 years ago, and I just, wanted the layout. Like a year ago or 2 years ago, this popped into my brain to do this, and I just never did it. But this is I think this will be the biggest fix for the whole thing. That they're really the only other problem is my idea of clamping these instead of putting the third wheel over here. Mm-hmm. If you look at it, there's no, most of them have 3 wheels, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. I didn't do that. I tightened the frame up and made it really super overkill. And then I put a clamp on it and I clamped these in place, then tighten them. So there's no outer wheel, which is not a good idea.
No, you need that outer
wheel. It just doesn't work. The problem is you got to over tighten it to hold it in place, and it actually
Right.
starts binding every once in a while.
Ooh, yeah, that's actually on my Frankenender because of the rails. Apparently, I have one of them cantered a little bit at the top. So when I get to about 230 millimeters off the bed, it starts binding.
Yes, it's all designed in Fusion 360. And actually, I started this so long ago. There's a couple of pieces, like these towers. I originally designed these. I did redesign them in Fusion, but I originally designed these in SketchUp.
Wow.
That's how long ago I started this thing. Matter of fact, I think these, because these are the original ones. I think these are the SketchUp ones. I don't think I ever printed the Fusion ones. I mean, I did. I know I did because that's what these are, but I never used them.
So are you still using the hobby license that they've neutered, or are you moving to something else?
Yeah, dude, they didn't do anything to it. People are bitching about it. There's very little for someone like me.
For me, it was neutered because I actually use simulations.
See, the simulations are still there. The only simulations they got rid of are like the air duct and the high end,
which is what I use.
Yeah. Well, if you're using that, you should be paying for it. Sorry, but
I'm not selling anything.
No, but
I'm not using it for commercial.
You're an unusual case. Most people doing that stuff are doing it more than for play. Now, I do think in that case, there is a few cases, and they were actually talking about it in one of their forums. Right now, they don't have it, so you have any access to it. You either pay the thing or you can't use those simulations.
Which is why I ended up going with the that aircraft hobbyist group and getting SolidWorks.
Which, to be honest, if you're doing that much simulations, I think I want to say SketchUp again. You know what I'm talking about? The app you got. I think that's better for that, anyways. I think it does that better.
Yeah,
I haven't played with it, so I'm not sure.
The reason why I'm using simulations is because I'm working on some duct designs for my quads, and I need to be able to see how the air flows through the duct.
Yeah. See, but you're a limited use case. There's not that many people doing that.
Actually, there are a ton of hobbyists in the UAV groups who are flipping out about that being removed.
There's still, I mean, there's a ton of hobbyists in the UAV, but there's still in the case of people
compared to the
Fusion,
bulk of just
there
people
are
who use 3D printing.
Group.
Yeah. You know, people like Wexter and everybody else who I think pay for it anyways, but
honestly, dude, if I was working Blender, if I was working right now, I would probably buy a license. It's $400.
Yeah, a year.
Right. Photoshop's like $1,000 for freaking Photoshop. I mean, come on. This is
but I'm not. But I use more than Photoshop, so that doesn't count.
You know, ZBrush is $800 a year.
So
I mean, $400 for what Fusion does. Remember, it's not just CAD; it's electrical, it's metal folding.
The whole Adobe suite, not just one app.
Yeah, yes,
it's $600 a month. It's $600 a year.
Still, all right. They lowered it because I bailed on Adobe back when they first went to freaking Mortgageware.
Yeah, see, when they first went to it, I've been using it since. It's $50 a month for everything.
Yeah, see, I went to Affinity and never looked back. It's $35 for the rest of your life, and I've never paid another dime, and it does everything I need.
See, I tried switching to like One Shot, and so I don't have to use Premiere, and I tried switching to a whole bunch of different things for Photoshop. GIMP, I actually tried GIMP way back in the day.
I can't stand GIMP.
I got so used to Photoshop, I can't do it.
Yeah, see, Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer, they have a 30-day free trial. You should try it because it is different. There's a few things that still bother me the way it works.
Right.
But
I love Lightroom. I just absolutely love Lightroom.
Yeah, Lightroom's pretty good. But I'm not doing anything that.
For the dog stuff, I do a ton of photo edits and things for that. And again, not making money on it. At least I'm not.
Yeah, that's going to be a buttload stronger.
Nice.
I'm already burning out on it.
I got 90% done building the ender extender, and I got to the wiring and went, I'm going to ignore this one for a while.
I don't know, man. It's funny. Years ago, when I first started this, I could sit here all day long and do nothing but work on this thing, and I'd be happy.
Right.
Now I look at it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
So did that start when you accidentally fell and bent a piece of it?
Huh?
When you bent it that one time, or is that a
No,
different?
it was before that.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually glad I bent it because that's when I went to the 2040s.
Okay.
And where I clamp it, this whole thing is clamped. There's no center wheels in here.
Right.
It's clamped from this one all the way to this one, clamping the whole frame. I think it was pre-bent. I think over the years of it running back and forth and
having it clamped,
I have a feeling that 2020 was starting to.
So you may not have bent it as bad as he thought. It may have just already been started.
Yeah, I think it was already bending. I think the hit just said,
"Okay,
I'm gonna bend now. I'm actually gonna bend now, and I'm gonna stuff some tape in these tracks because I know those T-nuts are going to drop down and disappear. So if I stick some tape in there, they'll drop down and either get caught on the tape or fall out. Either one, I should be able to get them back. Instead of just having them fall into the track of the printer and never to be seen again, buried underneath everything. That's the only downside of the non-spin-in ones.
Right. You can't just drop them where you need them.
Yeah.
My problem with them is especially when I'm doing 12 of them for a piece of freaking the Highwind rails.
Yep.
I go to tighten it and I
You
swear
never know.
3 out of 4 times it does not actually grab.
Yep. You never know if it's spun or not because you can't see it.
Yep.
Which is why the number one reason I went to those. You know what they do have?
Those just for that reason.
They're kind of expensive, but they do have spring-loaded ones of these.
Okay,
so you can slide it in and you pop the little spring and it stays right wherever you put it.
Oh, nice.
But they're wicked expensive.
Yeah, I could see that.
They're like $15 for 10 of them.
Ow.
Yeah. I know they've come cheaper. You can get like the Chinese brandied ones now.
But how strong are they?
Like, I don't know. Somebody fancy had them for a while. And you can get the Chinese, but even those are kind of expensive. You know who to hit is Glenn from Fun King.
Roland spring-loaded T-nut.
Yeah.
Oh,
because he did
interesting. So it has a ball bearing.
FK1 in those.
How does that? Huh.
But they are kind of pricey. But I've been thinking about getting, a couple of packs just for that special use case. You don't use them everywhere. You just use them where you need them.
So M5 spring roll / drop-in T-nut 25 pack for 2020 extrusions is $757.
Oh, that's cheap. They've come way down then.
For a 25 pack, that's not bad.
No. Although it's still kind of expensive when you think I get these slide-in ones, not the spin-in, but the slide-in ones. I get 100 for like $8.
Oh, wow, that's actually kind of neat. Where's my OBS?
What?
So that's how it slips in.
Oh, I never seen that.
And then, boom, it's got a bearing, a spring-loaded bearing.
Yeah, I've seen those.
That's so you literally
you
set it in that way and turn them, and you just pivot it, and it locks.
Yep. So it's not really catching a full tooth as much as it used to.
That is my biggest issue right there.
Yeah, that's how they're making that.
A little bit more.
Because they have regular slide-in ones that do that will
right.
catch the whole tooth. But honestly, it's so much longer than like the spin-ins are. You're catching more surface area anyways. So it may not be an issue. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where the actual T-nut's quite a bit longer.
Wow. Whereas here, they're like $1 something a pop.
Yeah, which is what they used to be. And those aren't even spring-loaded, are they?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, those are.
All spring. Same thing.
Yeah. There's a cheaper version without the ball. It's just like a piece of spring steel that sticks out the back.
That was
and
actually what first
drags
like
on
these.
the track. Yeah, and they're a little cheaper. Like I said, you get like a dozen of them for $10.
Okay. Self-aligning rolling T-nut with spring leaf.
Yeah, it's the same thing you were just looking at.
And they're $1.76 for 10.
That's cheap. But I think you'll find, again, that's one of those ones you're getting a limited bite on the track.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way.
Which I have an issue with.
Well, yeah.
Not a big issue, but I have an issue with it.
You know, with the Ender 3, I don't think I would have that issue because it's small enough that there's not, especially when you're talking on the rails, there's not that much torque happening.
Yeah.
It's distributed across the whole rail rather than just in the spot the X gantry's at. But on a Core XY, I wouldn't use those.
Okay, why is it the same rail? This M5's biting. No, not really. It's just from where I filed it. Okay. I gotta find some more M6, which I know I got a buttload of, unless I throw them out. Just don't know what I did with them. Oh, I know where they are. They're all in the box of just A-net parts. What the hell did I do with that? A-net. There's some of them. Well, I bet there's some in here. Holy crap, there's no room left on my damn desk. How did I get all this junk out? Oh, please be it. That's not a 6. That's a 5, aren't you? You prick. I want a shorter 6. These are all too damn long. I don't need it that long. I guess I can just cut it down. I'm going to have to hack one up with the Dremel to make it into a tap because I don't have an M6 tap. So I'm going to have to make a custom tap. So I might as well be prepared. Right?
Yep. Better to be prepared than not.
So I might as well just get over my not wanting to cut one and just cut one and make a frickin' tap and just do it. So you're going to have to keep people entertained while I whip up the Dremel tool.
Because you're going to have to mute. Yep.
The touchy tool. Because this is way better than a Dremel.
I know why Boba Fett's always in a bad mood. He was introduced in the Star Wars Christmas special, and he spent his whole career trying to live that down. Anyways. Yeah. Entertain people while I'm doing my day job as well. Oh, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. So, are we taking, do we have an open pool on whether Llama cuts his thumb off or not? I mean, we're seeing sparks. That's kind of neat. But it looks like the sparks are coming from his crotch, so I don't know. He's trying to ignore me, I think. Yeah. How many people are in? Oh, I'm still on top chat. That's probably part of the problem.
Don't ever do that over your crotch.
No, you don't.
Then the little hot piece that falls off falls right on your freaking nuts.
I was correct in what I was saying.
I'm going to throw it in the garbage and watch it melt all the plastic parts. Oh, yeah, check it out. Just like oozing through them all. All right, now I got to
I architect and design monitoring systems, and on the side, I help out basically anywhere in the company if they have an issue that they can't figure out. I've been in IT for, wow, since 95. Oh, well, okay. Apparently my brain's not working enough to do math. 25 years of actual professional on paper IT. Right? No, I can't be right. When did I start at Grand Designs? I was 15. Holy crap. No, 30 years. Anyways. Thankfully, my day job now is not quite as stressful as my previous two. Oh, that's neat. Wow. Where's OBS? OBS, and live reverse. That's neat. That looks like two pieces. Oh, no, more than two. So we got a line there, we got a line there, a line there, got a line there. There's probably one in here in the handle then as well. Huh, interesting. Anyways. I'm hoping at noon I can get the litter box changed and then
very hot.
Go fly a quad for a little bit.
Cools off really fast. You know what I should have done, dumbass? I should have made the cutter with that bolt, and then when I was all done cutting the threads, I could just cut the freaking cutter head off the bolt.
Yep.
Oh well.
He doesn't say how much time to print the sword. I do. It's in the Ender Extender XL group on Facebook. So he's probably got a 400 by 400 build plate. I'm at 410 by 410 by 500, but I still need to put the wiring on before I can say that truly. Maybe I'll do that this weekend after I get the bedroom cleared out. I need to get that printer up and running. I want to print a couple helmets. Now, Ben, I got my first computer when I was 6 or 7 years old. And then when I got a Commodore 64, I started getting in trouble because I also got a 300 baud modem and started calling overseas to BBSs. I was in Alaska. There wasn't much for anything else. And then when I moved to the lower 48, I got a job designing and building an internet service provider out of a couple Microsoft contractors' house. No. It is kind of hard to see what he's actually up to, but at least now we can see, when the spark lands in his crotch. But I think the bolts he has are just too long, and that's why he's doing what he's doing.
Homemade tap.
Yep. So you cut a bolt to make it so you can make your own threads using the said bolt.
Yeah, if you cut slots in it, basically the problem with it when you try and just use a bolt to cut threads is it cuts it, you have no place for the material to go.
Right.
Where if you cut a slot in it, it creates a sharp edge for a blade. You put a taper on the
You're too high. There you go.
Put an extra taper on the point so you can feed it in there a little bit, and then you just thread it in there. It's far from perfect. Don't get me wrong. Far from perfect.
Well, it's probably stronger than most of the thread cutters that I have because I keep snapping them.
No, probably not actually.
Oh.
Especially these are stainless, so they're
kind
of
soft.
Actually
my latest one. I'm cheating, and rather than using their little hand tool, I put it inside my Makita and put my Makita on as slow as it can go.
Yeah. I normally don't do it this way, but I have some taps, but they're all standard. They're not metric.
Mm.
And this is stainless steel into aluminum, which I need to file this back a little bit so I can get it started.
Oh, yay, the major incident's resolved. I don't have to get involved. Yay.
I am a dangerous llama. I'm a dumbass, just so you know. Actually, no, we used to do this all the time on construction sites because we'd get taps for, putting like I-beams, metal I-beams into construction. And they'd be pre-drilled, but they wouldn't be tapped. So a lot of times we'd have to tap them. And of course, you buy a half a dozen taps, but you're doing a 60-foot long I-beam. By the time you're done with the I-beam, you've broken all the taps, and you're like, okay, just take a freaking bolt and make a tap out of it.
Yep.
We got to get this job done. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think I might have to pre-drill. Let's try a better tool first. Let's see, which size is it? It's that one right there, right? Yep. They have a little more control with the ratchet.
Yeah, that's another way I've done it.
This thing's awesome.
When I use the stupid hand tool, I snap my taps. If I use a ratchet or my Makita drill, I don't have that issue.
Yeah, I'm thinking about I'll try the drill next. I think I can actually.
But if you're going to do the drill, I actually built a jig that can hold the drill for me, so that way I can keep everything lined up straight.
I think I'm gonna have to drill the hole out because I can't even get it started. It's too big. Come on, baby, bite.
Oil.
Yeah, I got some. I just wanted to get it started first. The oil then gets on your fingers and you can't hold it straight.
Yeah, true.
If we can get it started, I can back it back out and then oil it. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to drill it out.
Might have my manager talked into
keeps
sending me
biting
college
and then just popping right back out again.
Trying to talk my manager into letting me take some programming courses so I can get a little bit better.
The question is, do I have a drill bit? I think if I oversize the hole a little bit, I can get it started. Come on, you. Remember when Bosch tools used to be good?
Yeah. Bosch and Porter cable, both used to be decent tools.
If you're going to get little 12 volts like this, do not get these Bosch.
Nope.
Put it this way. Look at how pretty and new these are. This thing's like 3 years old. It's this new because I never freaking use them.
Yeah.
My Makitas and my Milwaukees, I have 12 volt Makita and Milwaukee, are absolutely freaking trashed because they are the ones I grab.
Hey, I really like Makita.
Yeah, Makita's my go-to. Milwaukee is probably the most powerful. I find the Makitas are better designed in a sense of lightweight, grip, quality. There's no beating a Milwaukee when it comes to power, though. The Milwaukee's just got everybody blown away, both in 12 and 18. They're just freaking ballsy as crap. DeWalt is like the crap of crap now. Everyone loves DeWalt, and they're
Mute? Yeah, he muted. So now we all get to watch. Does the drill bit slip and slam into his hand? Or worse. I know he was complaining about his knees earlier. Exactly, Thant. Oh, when I went to the store yesterday, I forgot to buy butter. I knew I was forgetting something. Wow, $749 for an i3 MK3S. That's insane. I know it's a good printer, don't get me wrong, just that's a bit much. Oh, I think does the Big Brain 3D stuff come out today? I think it might. Where's my Kickstarter email? Here we are. Oh, okay. So no, we're waiting on fundage to be released. Yeah, agreed, Ben. It's a lot of money for a kit, but the support that for that kit and everything else kind of makes up for it some. Or at least candidate 3 of Octopi just came out. Like 0 minutes ago. That's nice. I will not look at the teenage engineering stuff. I don't need to get back into music yet. Wow, that's scary looking.
And you work it in a little, you work it out a little, you work it in a little, you work it out a little. Welcome to the homemade tap and die. Don't break, don't break. That's the only problem with these is where these are stainless steel nuts. I've snapped a few of them doing this. And there ain't no getting it out after that. I think I've actually gone enough because I cut that bolt down pretty short. Cut a little bit deeper and move on to the next one. How deep have I gotten? Oh, I'm deeper than that nut is. I'll go a little farther. Where'd my oil go? Put a couple of drops of oil on it. Back it out and get it on the tip, dumbass. Let's not get oil on you. Good old 3-in-1.
Yep.
You know what's funny? This bottle of 3-in-1 is probably older than most of the people watching this stream. I think I bought that in the 80s. That's how long I've had that bottle. I actually just found that. It was in all my junk. I was going through all my crap from when I moved back from Long Island. And it's been out there for freaking 10 years in the garage. Oh, God. Cut, baby, cut. Urgh. I think we got enough.
Cool.
Gonna throw that right in the garbage and be done with it. If I need it again, I'll make another one.
Yeah, because now that
I'm
you've
sure
ran it
that's
through there,
not
you
gonna
don't
cut
know.
much anymore.
Now that you've ran it through there, the threads of the bolt itself may no longer be in line. So if you go to make another cut, it might come out different.
Huh?
Your thread cutter that you made.
Yeah.
First run, not a problem. Second run, yeah, your threads might be a little off. Third run, might be a little more.
It's cutting into aluminum, but again, these are stainless. So the edge from me cutting it with this is no longer sharp.
Right.
So it's not going to do much. But this thread's right in there now. Pretty nicely, actually. Not as deep as I want, though. But it's going in. And it bottoms right out, so I'm good. Done. This ratchety thing was for frickin' $10, worth every penny. I don't use it as much as I should, but when I need it, it works really well. I need a frickin' Q-tip. I'll be right back.
Okay. That looks like an arrow chair.
I gotta remember to buy Q-tips the next time I go shopping, or else Mom will have a hissy fit. Because these are the last two. Ooh, isn't that just delicious?
Mm-hmm.
And that takes care of that problem.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting one of the little tiny hand ratchets, the circle one, the palm ratchet, I think they call it.
Yeah, that's what this is.
But I love for nozzle changes, I love the Ziltech, or whoever makes that. It starts with a Z. It's not Ziltech.
Slice makes one.
No, it's not a thumb ratchet. It's the for removing nozzles.
Yeah.
Zytech? Is it? Z-Catch.
Never heard of that one.
Yes, you have.
I've probably seen it, but I don't remember the name.
You've heard of it. Almost everybody's heard of it. This thing.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that Alien gave away in a bunch of the Alien boxes, isn't it?
And the Alien box, everybody's Alien box had the
socket set.
Yes, had the socket set, and then one person won one of these. And I actually bought one of these and the socket set that same month before my UFO showed up.
Isn't that the way of it?
Yep.
So, now that I've made a bolt and threaded some aluminum, I can put this whole thing together again. And this one, I don't have to grind out any of the tips because they'll fall right in there.
Thant, if you want to learn to code just for fun, pick up an Arduino and learn C. C and Python. Some of the Arduino libraries can do Python. And that'll give you a good basis for everything and allow you to make little tiny things for cheap at home and teach you some basic electronics as well. Or you can get the UFO box. Well, you're not in the US, though. You're in Canada. You're a Quebec person, if I remember correctly, or a Quebec adjacent area.
Quebec adjacent. I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, Ben's actually suggesting the same thing I am. Now, Arduino's fun. Actually, if you learn the Arduino libraries and you learn Python, you can combine Arduino with the Raspberry Pi and make some really neat things.
And of course, I have to drop that in there first. That's why I hated these nuts. I forgot about that because the freaking head's so damn big it blocks the other channel. Dumbass. Dumbassery at its best. And I need a slip-in. Right here.
So Arduino actually has...
And screw this on first.
CanadaRobotics.com. You can buy Arduino and other electronic stuff from them without the import tax or anything because they're in Canada. I remember I had to look this up for somebody else. Also, if you see Marcel Roberts, aka Off Access, talk to him because he does a ton of Pi and Arduino stuff as well.
Does he? I knew he played with some of that, but I didn't know how much he got into it.
He's putting a ton of it inside that R2D2 he's building.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the R2D2.
Yep, Marcel Roberts, aka Off Access FPV.
And
oh, I forgot that the Adafruit uses Python. Good point, Ben.
This is going to slide down in there. And only go that far because it hits the thing. But you know what? That's plenty.
And since you're into 3D printing, the nice thing is if you go the Adafruit or Microbit or Arduino or any of those, you can design and make your own cases. He's not heavy into programming, but he can help you find the stuff that you need. In fact, I think most of his coding experience is actually just searching Google.
Hey, if it works.
Dude, I swear at least 60 to 70% of all coders now, they search online, they grab it, at least to get them into the ballpark area, and then they rewrite it for what they're actually doing.
I must grind down another one of these things.
I don't know how many times I've had to break into some developer's code to find where I need to monitor it, and I literally find comments from developers who are not part of that company in the code. Yes, Google Foo is strong. Learn to Google. Well, any search engine really, but Google's one of the better ones just because if you know how to do Boolean searches, you can really narrow things down quick.
I think I said this before, but warm, dumbass.
You did, actually. And if you're talking, you're muted again. Anyways, oh, good. He's pulling out the channel locks. See, actually, wait, you're on a Mac. There was something else. Nice thing about a Mac is I think Python's in by default. I don't know. I haven't powered up my Mac in a long time. 10 best Mac programming resources.
And there we go. Hot. Good thing about the aluminum is it cools down fast. I can't find my. What did I do with my little baby channel locks? I had those right in my hand earlier.
Fant, it'll get you into the ballpark of programming logic. Apple in February launched a new app called Swift Playground. Check that out.
You know what I would wish they would do to these? And I wish I could just do it my damn self. These are really nice, except for one thing. They're a pain in the ass to get started.
Right.
I wish they just taper the front and, the two leading edges. That way it would slide in and self-align as you're trying to get it in there. That makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
It would make life a whole lot easier getting them started.
Hey, Buttram. He's still working on the top end of his printer. His camera's low enough, though, that all you see is his crotch. There you go.
Better?
Yes.
I was waiting for a John Mack call out.
I think it might be a little early for him.
Yeah. It's a crotch shot. It's a John Mack shot. He just comes for it.
Phrasing.
You can take that any way you want. You slide in there and stay. And of course, the one bad side about the magnet is it's hard to get it to stay there.
I'm actually tempted to get a Mac now that I'm seeing all the stuff on the new M1 processor.
Wait until it's fixed.
I said thinking, not actually going to do it. They're still too expensive.
Okay. This is what I hate about spin-ins. When they don't spin.
Yep. So then you loosen it up some more so that way you can get it to spin, and then the bolt that you're trying to put into it drops out of it, and now you're screwed.
It won't frickin' spin in the channel. Oh, you frickin' pain in my ass. I hate it when that happens. Oh, you know what it is? I had it backwards. That's why. I had it inside out and upside down. There we go. Now it's spinning too early.
Exactly, Buttram. Back it off until it drops into the extrusion and then start over. I've done that so many times. I hate T-nuts.
I hate the spin-ins. I really do. I mean, they work when you need them, but God, they are obnoxious.
Isn't that the normal llamaCore design spec? That's what Ben's asking.
That is a much better concept than that. This was not the greatest idea I ever came up with. It did work for, 3 years? 4 years? 3 years?
I got a meeting in 45 minutes. I don't want to go to a meeting.
That will hold much, much better. I am going to have to put a plate here and here, though, because corner bracket.
Because of the lens aberration or whatever they call it, it looks like your towers are actually bowing in. Especially that back one. Yeah. They look like they're kind of bowing in.
Lens thing.
Yep, exactly.
That's definitely going to be stiffer and stronger.
Crazy.
No question about it. That will be much, much better. Much, much better and easier to adjust heights. Now I can adjust this. Before I was like, again, that's one of the reasons I redesigned this is because I had to gap off slightly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was like a 0.5 millimeter difference, but when you brought the carriage all the way up, you could see the belt kind of going from one to the other at like a pitch. Blah, blah, blah. Now I can adjust it and just slide it up and down. That should work just peachy. Put a plate here and here. I'll just 3D print it. It doesn't need to be all that functional. Everything else is held together in other ways. But it should just tighten it all up. Keep it tight. Oh, I got this other carriage to put on here.
Uh-oh.
Let's take this one off first.
Well, I am going to drop off. I might,
Right
if you're still running at about 10:45 my time, 11:45 your time or not, I might jump back in. But
yeah,
I need to go
I'm
get ready
about
for my
ready to
meeting.
kill it anyways because I'm about burnt out.
All right. Well, take care, everyone.
And I need to clean up. It's driving me nuts. So once I get this thing put together, I'm probably going to kill it. Not that you can see what I'm doing, but I'm taking this one apart more because I want the screws. This is garbage because that's one of the ones that wobbles. This I still need. I didn't buy smooth ones because I kicked them out and they were both just fine. So this is the smooth. Which one's the smooth one? Let's see. It's going to be this one down here. That's a smooth one. Right? Yes. Yes, it is. So that takes this longer bolt. That's the right one. It is. And I gotta find me another M3 nut to have a whole box of, but I've been trying to reuse my leftovers from other stuff box here. Oh. Is that biting? It sure is. And that's in there. And now I have one more of these. Nice brandy new LDO awesome ones. And if you look at them, they are way better, but they're bigger and fatter and gnarlier, which is why I had to do all this in the first place. Or what started me on this path of rebuilding this thing. Because I needed to replace it. And now it's got nice LDO, nice spinners that spin and are smooth and don't wobble, which is a big deal on a Core XY. And I have all push-in T-nuts already there, so all I need is screws. Can I use the 10s on this? Will they bottom out? Yes, they do. So I need 8s. I don't think it did, actually. No, it doesn't. Good, I can use the 10s instead of the 8s. And oh crap, I forgot. I have to put this one in first on here. Damn it. I hate it when that happens. All right. Let's take this out. Because I don't know if you can see it, the pulley right here is overlapping the head. The head's inset, but I got to put the screw in there first before I can put that pulley in. So this goes in first. Hey. Oh, that's not sinking in there. I don't think it sinks in there enough. I might have to reprint that. Thought I made it way too big. Well, there's a way I can make that work too, just like I did the other stuff that didn't sink in all the way. Because I made the tolerances too tight. And that's to heat the bitch up. Yeah, that should go in deeper than that. Okay. Just try a different screw just for giggles first. Yeah, that goes in there. I think that was just that one screw had a fat head. It's spinning. Yep. Not a problem. That still looks too long. Is it really going to fit? Or is it going to catch the drag? Yeah, it clears. No, it don't. It's like right there. I'm going to use 8s and be safe. This one, nope. Here, not happening. Oh, stupid bastard knocking crap on the floor. Spin. Yep. Everything is beautiful. I need another 8 right here. I need to line that nut up. Get that in there and screw it down. All right. Pretty darn close to ready. But I think I'm done for the day. Because I need to clean all this up. So really all I got to do is run the belts at this point. Oh no, I got to put new, I got LDO actual pulleys for the motors too. So I got to pop the llama heads off and put new pulleys on there. But that ain't going to happen right now. Because I got a freaking mess here. It's driving me nuts. And I got crap I got to do. And it's 11 o'clock almost, 10 of. So I'm going to pick up here and kill it. And hopefully later today, I can come back to this and finish it. I will have it running today, most likely, though. Now that I say that, something will be totally wrong that I did, and it won't run. Just because I said I'll have it running later today. You know how that is. The way of my life. Let's see. These are all 10s except for the one. There's one 8 in here, isn't there? Oh, there's a couple of 12s in here, too. 12s go here. Where are the 12s? 12s go here. 8s and 10s go here. I got them all mixed together already, so screw it. The crappy one goes there. That goes away. This is for all the M3s. You guys can't see a damn thing I'm doing. Put the camera back. Get rid of this here box that the camera was sitting on. Get rid of the garbage can. Put everything away. drill bit goes in the drill box. Files go in the file container. I think I need to print a new one of these because this is kind of getting old, and look at it. It's all like dry rotting. It's so old. Again, I think these are a tool that I might have had longer than a few of you have been alive. That's how old that is. Tape away. Just slide that out of the way. This can go away. Let's not break the cutting head, because I know me and I'll drop it and break the frickin' cutting head. My awesome available TPU. This is TPU bit holder. That actually works frickin' perfectly. I can't believe I designed that and it actually works. First time around. Didn't even have to redesign it. Missed some T-nuts and stuff. Just throw in there. And that's about it. The old one of these. That's probably the straightest one of all the little cheapo Chinese crappy ones I had from before. Probably the only one that still runs. And all the old belts that I'm not going to throw out, because there's really nothing wrong with the belts. And they can go on the hodgepodge. And I'm going to have to vacuum, because I know, even though I was doing it over the garbage can, I'm sure I got little baby metal flakes everywhere from grinding. Yeah, that's the other thing. I forgot about that, but I knew about that. So yeah, everyone go over to Geeky Phase. I actually kind of want to watch that. She's doing her little weird picture frame thing. Personally, I don't care about the actual picture frame. I just like the concept of the way she built it. It all locks together. I think that's freaking brilliant. Anyway, yep. Mover Viking. You're mover Viking till you're done moving, Viking. Until then, you're just the mover Viking. You're not the maker Viking yet. You're not making anything, except for probably a big mess. Anyway, go watch Geeky Phase stream. See you guys.